我是算星盘的，4年了。喜欢？不知道，因为我加班吧。还好。我也不知道自己什么时候死。对。读书啊，写东西的时候才。我家庭就是爸妈，还是家庭重要吧。我没有在中国工作，所以不知道。
这是我家哪一栋啊？这个黄色的。好的。你要是找我做Astrology reading, we'll just have it here.
My name is Alice Sparkly Cat. I was born in Zhengzhou, Henan. I came to the United States when I was 6 years old. I'm an astrologer. I started because I actually went through some personal turmoil, and I felt like I was in a position where I couldn't really see myself. So doing astrology for myself and just learning it really helped me witness what was happening to me at the time. So I started doing it for just friends after that. And then I slowly started charging, and then I decided that's what I wanted to do for a living. I feel like there's a lot of astrologers because it's getting a lot more popular. People are interested in it. People are interested in just the perspective it offers and reading their own lives through their chart. And you just using it as a tool that's like maybe outside of like medical industries or psychoanalysis in order to talk about yourself. So this is where I usually give consultations. 因为我知道你是3年前搬到美国，然后那时候土星在射手座里，你会不会有的时候对朋友也有点就是压力？朋友压力就是你其实土星在这个地方，这个地方就是 relationship。然后呢，就是你，然后呢，还有一点就是你这个 North Node 是在天秤，所以一般这样子的时候，你会很习惯就是自靠自。然后呢，有点 challenge 的地方就是怎么 depend on other people。
就是我要学会去依靠别人。
对，就是 trust。
OK。这还蛮准的，真的蛮准的。
So with the consultations, like we'll just email, and then whenever they have time, which could be in the morning, could be in the evening, could be on the weekend, they'll just come and then we'll do the reading. It usually takes an hour and a half, but I'm not really like watching the clock. It just usually takes an hour and a half to reach like a point of satisfaction. It's sliding scale 100 to 150 right now. I do a lot of work in my room too. I answer emails, I do printing for the book orders, a lot of research and planning. That's just happening in my bedroom. Yeah, it's pretty cool with the internet how like we can just self-publish a book now, and people from all over are able to access it. If you order the book, right now, you get a free zine because I just wanted to do like a promotional item for the holidays. What it looks like when it's made. Oh, nice. Yeah, and then it's reversible. So here's like Aries through Virgo, but then you can reverse it. So then here's Libra to Pisces. It's $20. Sold out of my first order. First order was 200, and then I ordered another 120. It's just like, something else kind of nice to get with it. Because of how I price the books, I can't really make it any cheaper. So I just wanted to add like another little object. So yeah, everyone gets a handwritten note.
And a heart.
And a heart. Everyone gets a sticker. That's either a cat or a dog. And this one's gonna be a blue dog. So this one goes up here, and then this is for, this person gets a red cat. This one is their name. Put it in, put a zine in. And it's ready to go to the post office. The lady who works at the post office knows me now. A lot of what I do also is giving presentations or talks. So when that happens, like it's at different spaces. For example, I did a team building workshop using Astrology for Artsy, and then that was at New Women's Space. Sometimes people book me for different parties to do readings. I did a talk at MoMA, so that was at the museum. It's like I get to sell pieces of philosophy, and I also get to help people in their daily lives. 这个地方就是叫 Chinatown Soup， 可以看一下，在纽约的中国城，然后呢，它是一个画廊，可以在这儿看到很多画儿。那后面也有一个咖啡店，可以在这儿喝咖啡。缘分开始，我每个星期天下午会过来教课。I found that the ideal number is around 12. But sometimes there's been more, sometimes there's been less. It's not like specifically Asian Americans. I think a lot of like hyphenated Americans, people who function in the society as other, that's who my workshop is really intended for. This time around it is $250 for the whole class, for one person, yeah. This year I've had the 3, well, including this one. I'm not really sure for the next year because it just depends on whether I can find space. I don't make that much money, and how much money I make changes every month. So I feel like I always make above 1,500, and then the most I've made in a month is 4,000. But like money is also like, I feel like there's some weeks where like, oh, I made all the money I need for this month, so I just stop working. I think it's very hard for a Chinese American to work in the United States, actually. Like, another reason why I became an astrologer is because I wanted to do something independent so I can kind of prove myself and build experience. Because it's like I can't really do that by trying to get interviews. I changed my name on my resume from Alice Young to Alice Sparkly Cat, and I started getting better results. Before, like all my jobs had to do with speaking Chinese. And like that was kind of the only thing people would hire me for. I worked at this one place where I was the only person of color. I was getting half of what everyone else was getting. So I had to work for myself to just try to deal with that. A lot of people who've gotten readings from me before, they'll recommend me to their friends. It can be like friends of people I know. Maybe they'll see me at an event, so they'll get like a mini reading from me and then they'll decide to book a full one. I have this client who's been coming to me for a couple of years, and like it's just like great watching how her life is going. She just founded her own gallery, and yeah, like I'm just really happy for her. But you know, people come here with a lot of personal trauma. Like it can be abusive situations, it can be sexual trauma, and yeah, there's a lot of sad stories. I think if you do like client to client, like client consultations, like you need empathy for sure. You have to be able to imagine like what this person's going through. But that's also a learned trait, so you can learn it. To become an astrologer, you just have to start doing it, because there's no way you can like prepare before you give any reading and then do a perfect reading. You always have to, like, each reading is so different. So you just have to practice. It's like drawing a portrait. Like, the more you do it, the more you can understand just like what a complicated action listening is. I think there's this idea that like when you're starting out, you have to have all the answers, but you don't. Like, you don't know your client's life. You're here to use the chart and, as interpreter, problem solve it with them. So you have none of the answers. And if you're doing a reading and you're listening for more than 50% of the time and not talking, that's when you know that's going well. People kind of think of it like a religion, but it's not a religion. Like, Christianity says that, like, you know, this dude died and came back to life. There's nothing like that in astrology. There's no like why this is. There's no narrative for you. You have to kind of figure out why for yourself. It's just the archetype, so it's a way of seeing the world. It's an abstract language. It's a cultural technology. And that's just like art. And it's just like math, it's just like science. So it's just another way of seeing the world.